looks like everything's good there. I will start the timer and just go ahead and mute yourself.
You got it.
We got a new timer music, by the way.
Oh, isn't that so sweet?
Well,
I love it when you surprise me.
Well, for some reason, that Tom McDonald music was popping up as copyrighted. So,
really?
Yep. So I changed it.
I would have responded to it.
So, I changed it. It was a third party. It wasn't him. So, I don't
Gotcha.
know. So stand by.
All right.
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss off, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
Welcome. Gotta fix something there.
I don't even see us live yet, dude.
We're on YouTube.
Okay.
Facebook, same thing as usual.
Yep, we are banned for the foreseeable future. Y'all see that new comment I just put up there?
We're gonna have to go over. Here we go. I got the thing here. I gotta fix it on the other one.
Liberty, Freedom, Whiskey Podcast. Two guys unfiltered, unedited, extremely opinionated, drinking whiskey. What could go wrong? Be warned, they don't care about your feelings. Just freedom and liberty, and of course, whiskey.
I had to do that.
That's fucking priceless.
Well, it was a new timer, and I've been moving stuff around on the computer, organizing stuff better, and I got to relink stuff, and the intro is not linked correctly. So, my bad. It happens. Shit happens. Shit's always happening on here.
Absolutely.
Hello, JoJo. Yeah, we are. Fake Book does not like the Liberty Freedom Whiskey podcast.
They don't like the truth,
and they won't let. They just will not let us go live. And they never gave us a reason or told us why. We're just unable to do it. Hopefully, I don't know. We might, like I said, we're probably going to end up on Rumble eventually, or well, Elon does. Elon's taking Twitter over, so we will. I'm going to go ahead and make a Twitter account for Liberty Freedom, and we can go live on Twitter also. So if you are,
you know what's hilarious? Did you see all the news breaks about all of the the claims that he's racist now coming out of Tesla?
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, because he's not on their side no more, so now he's racist. That's what
he can't be racist. He's an African American.
Well, that's what the other side does, Holster. When that's the only argument they can always say is that's the only thing they say. Whenever you disagree with them, or you don't follow their ideology or anything like that, you're racist. That's the first thing. You're a racist. I'm a racist. I don't like rice. I don't like white rice. Anyway, I'm really racist. I don't like white rice. I like brown rice. So, but that's what they gotta say. We actually farther down we have a story with Elon Musk. It's in a title that all these supposedly famous people that are either claiming to leave Twitter or threatening to leave Twitter because he's taking over. Of course, who cares? Because if you
know who won't be leaving Twitter?
I know who will be probably using it more.
You know who won't be using Twitter?
Who?
Naomi Judd.
We're going straight, and that's not the first story.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because these are mentions. I'm not even going to do the whole story. So anybody that doesn't know, Naomi Judd of the Grammy-winning duo The Judds has passed away at 76 years old. Let's see if...
That's her right there.
Yeah. She beautiful mother to the disease of mental illness, so she basically... sounds like she went out on her own terms, but she's passed. And then there's another one. Our prayers go out to the individuals that were stricken by that tornado that ripped through Kansas. There's 6,500 people without power currently. And I mean, the photos and videos are just, entire neighborhoods are gone. The neighborhoods are gone. You've got cars inside of houses. There's Naomi Judd right there. Of course, I don't think she was 76 in that photo.
You don't know.
Yeah. I mean, plastic surgery is a hell of a thing, except for Nancy Pelosi. She's past her expiration date. And then the first story I sent you.
I was going to let you read it because it's about that NASDAQ stuff.
Right. It's about money shit.
You're going to bore the shit out of our audience, but go ahead.
Well, it's one of them things if they need to know. Give me a second. My phone is having a slow connection. It basically has Down syndrome now.
Do you know I can still hear that background stuff in here?
Hey. I can hear it through his. It's a very high-powered microphone.
If you see something hit Holster in the head, that would be his wife throwing stuff at him. Just letting y'all know that now.
Yeah. If you see something go bing, yeah, that's it. I can't get some bitch to open. What am I? I'm connected to my internet. Aha! It's open. Got it.
I was going to skip to the next one.
The NASDAQ wraps its worst month in nearly 14 years as recession fears grow stronger. Well, anybody that didn't know, grossly overspending, mixed... You brought your vape or something, didn't you?
What?
No, my wife is like tiptoe skipping out the front door. Anyway. So anybody that didn't know that extreme overspending mixed with, record low jobs and all kinds of things and housing inflation, if you don't understand that we all seen this coming when they announced certain things like the state of Florida having $15 per hour, you dumbasses. Yeah. So New York, CNN Business, so at least half of it's true. U.S. stocks plunged on Friday with the NASDAQ marking its worst month since October 2008, and the S&P notching its worst month since March 2020 at the onset of the COVID pandemic. We're literally getting worse, not better. The tech-heavily NASDAQ fell 4.2 on Friday, dragged down by Amazon, which dropped nearly 15% after it missed its earning expectations. The S&P 500 shed about 3.6% on Friday, while the Dow Jones dropped 940 points. For those that you don't know, that's a fuck ton. The most clearly watched inflation reading released Friday, the core personal consumption expenditures price index rose 5.2%. That basically, to break that down, that means we as Americans are paying 5.2% more than we were this time last year for goods, but yet our income hasn't really went up. The NASDAQ fell around 12% this month alone, and the S&P lost 500 more points than about 7%. The Dow was off by nearly 4%. And it just basically goes on. Globally, the Russian-Ukraine conflict exacerbates the commodity price inflation. First off, that is none of America's problem. Our problem is, like we've discussed on other podcasts in the past, is the wonderful thing of Americans not being allowed to grow food. We were importing so much shit that we used to grow here in America. Are you hearing McKiller? Because it looks like the video keeps buffering.
No. I hear you fine.
All right. So, yeah, that it's messed up. We know that. And it's not going to get better. It's going to get a lot worse. So if you guys aren't prepared, take your preparation seriously. I'm dead nuts. That's what you need to do. You need to stock up for at least 3 months, because I'll tell you, when it hits the shelf and everybody goes and buys everything they can, it's going to be too late. And you're going to be fighting for your next meal. Don't be like that.
Don't be that person.
Nope. Everybody's a prepper. Either you fail to prep or you prepare.
Don't be that person.
Like Johnny Depp. I'm convinced he's starting his morning every day with a double shot Jack and Coke. That's hearsay.
You think?
Yeah, either that or a mega pint.
Well, I got a little bit of stock, and they haven't done well since a certain person has taken office.
Joe Biden.
I'm not gonna say who that might be, but
just did.
It is it's a certain person that it's their fault. Yeah.
Can't have over 99 tabs open at one time. That's funny shit.
All right, let's go to this next one. So this one don't get us booted off talking about it.
Fuck them. Hit them with the hard T.
Let me see. There's this one story in here I'm going to let you read because it's all you. It's all.
Oh,
you.
just let me know when.
The whole. It's just. What the hell was that? All right, this next one here is so that from the Independent, families of people who died after taking the COVID vaccine ignored as a zero compensation payouts are made. I can tell you why. Nothing's ever going to be paid to anybody that was injured from the ouchie Fauci.
No, they were given protection, right?
It was still considered experimental. And you had all that paperwork they had, y'all. I know you had to sign all this paperwork before you took it. I don't know because I am unvaccinated. I'm a true blood, and
But I do identify as vaccinated.
I do identify myself as that way also. But you had to sign all that paperwork, and it was considered still experimental, so they were free from a lawsuit.
I'm a sovereign vaccinated citizen. I don't need paperwork.
You better buy it up, JoJo. Buy it up. I buy shit tons of it. Families with loved ones who died or suffered severe side effects after receiving the Ouchie Fauci said they are being ignored. More than 1,200 claims have been made to the Ouchie Fauci Damages Payment Scheme, VDPS, which entitles successful applicants up to, I guess this is euros or something, 120,000. This is, I guess, overseas. If a causal link between the Ouchie Fauci and the severe reaction culminating in injury or death is proven. But to date, the government is yet to pay out any form of compensation for affected individuals. Some applicants have been waiting nearly a year, despite families having medical certificates confirming that the Ouchie Fauci was responsible for the death of their loved ones. The government says that the average claim to that department should take around 6 months to investigate and process. Sarah Moore, a lawyer who represents 95 families seeking claims, said her clients felt silenced and ignored, adding that they cannot speak without Ouchie Fauci-linked injuries, as to do so risk accusations of being an anti-Fauci. For this reason, they cannot even grieve in the normal way, she told The Independent. Vicky Spit, who in the hell got the last name of Spit?
Vicky Spit.
Vicky
I bet you if she ever joined the military, it'd be a lot of fun. Hey, Spit.
Yeah, Vicky Spit, whose partner Zion died at the age of 48 following a rare but severe reaction to the one of the Ouchie Faucis, said she and other affected families waiting for support had been ignored entirely, ridiculed, and called liars. There's actually a picture of her. From the look of it, I think he might have been doing some drugs along with that or something. Miss Spit.
You know what he looks like? It's not. I don't think it's Kurt Cobain. It's
no, he looks a little like younger Tommy Lee.
There you go, Tommy
drummer,
Lee. Yep.
Yeah. Miss Spit said she had been accused of spitting on accused of jumping on the anti-Ouchie Fauci campaign, but insisted Zion did the right thing, and now he and others are being swept under the rug, not discussed. The Ouchie Faucis have been proven to be extremely safe and effective, saving hundreds of thousands of lives. But as with any medicine used by millions of people, rare side effects are to be expected. Those can range from extremely rare blood clots detected in some recipients to another jab link that has been acknowledged by Britain's medicines regulator to other conditions such as myocarditis, heart inflammation triggered by another Ouchie Fauci. Of the tens of millions of people vaccinated against the COVID in the UK, 79 have died as a result of a rare blood clotting disorder triggered by the jab, which is no longer being rolled out in Britain. A total of 440 people have been affected by blood clotting linked to the Ouchie Fauci, according to UK medicines regulator. Anyway, he goes on. It basically is saying that the government over there is like saying, yeah, we're investigating it, go away. They're not going to get no money.
Whatever, nigga.
And I'm not saying, I mean, I do believe that the Ouchie Fauci has probably helped and saved a lot of people, especially of the older generation that are more vulnerable to it. I believe it did help them. I mean, I know it don't cure it.
The CIA has gotten to him.
No, they haven't. I think, with the older population that it's more deadly to, it might have helped a lot of people. But in other words, it's probably hurt some people, but they never admit that part of it. So anyway, it is what it is.
Well, I know my dad's had blood clots and shit like that since he got it. He ain't been doing good.
So they're going to come out with something else pretty soon, I'm sure, which we're going to talk about, which is probably going to be the next thing they're going to try to hit us with. But because they got a taste of the government has gotten a taste of that power from the disease that was running around, and they don't want to give all that power back now. And people are basically done with the other one, so they're going to come up with a new pandemic, and we're going to talk.
They're going to have to get the fuck over it, because I mean,
they're going to have that.
How far can you push people before they revolt?
Well, there's a new pandemic's about to hit us.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I mean, me and you, we see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, a new pandemic's going to hit us. You want to read about this next story? This is just, I'm glad I don't watch football, because this would have made me stop watching football.
So basically, everybody that's a fan of the new Las Vegas Raiders, get ready to burn your shit. Of course, you probably already know this if you're a fan of the Raiders, and you've probably already burned your shit. Las Vegas Raider owner welcomes Colin Kaepernick with open arms, and probably an open mouth as well. The Las Vegas Raiders are open to the possibility of giving Kaepernick a spot on their roster, NBC Sports reports. Bear with me a second. That was a short portion. I had to open the real story. Why is my name, like, way up here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Las Vegas, Davis told Monty Poole on NBC Sports, Race in America, a candid conversation. Listen, I believe in Colin Kaepernick, and he deserves every chance in the world to become a quarterback in the National Football League. The Raiders owner continued, I still stand by it. If our coaches and our general managers want to bring him in or want him to be a quarterback on this team, I would welcome him with open arms.
Standing. I shouldn't have used that word. I kneel behind him.
I'll kneel right next to his bitch ass. As the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback continues to be a train wreck, to train for an NFL comeback, Davis is the only owner to make public remarks of interest. However, the quarterback spot is currently being taken by Derek Carr in Vegas. So Kaepernick would most likely ride the bench if signed. Earlier this month, the former 49er expressed that he would be satisfied with returning as a second string.
Whatever. He's going to cry. He's a pussy.
Yeah, he's going to get out there and he's going to kneel down at the 50-yard line.
He's going to cry. Well, I don't know why they won't let me play. I'm so much better than them. They're racist.
Well, hopefully he's forced to quit his job at Nike, and then they, sue the living shit out of him for not filling.
Why would he have
contract.
to quit his? No, I doubt it. It's.
He's
I don't watch, like, if everybody listens to this, I stop watching professional football when this piece of shit started kneeling down.
And they didn't fire him.
And all them other dirtbags and pieces of shit started kneeling down too, because they said they woke or whatever. Fuck you. That is representing the flag and the people that died to give you the freedom to kneel down. And you want to be disrespectful. Like I said, I have nothing for the NFL. The NFL could shut down, and all of them could go be car washers for the rest of their life, and I would not give a flying fuck, because unlike a lot of people or a lot of men, for some reason, my life does not revolve around sports. I mean, nothing against them. If that's what you enjoy, that's what you enjoy. If that's your hobby, whatever. But
I really enjoyed it before they started bringing fucking politics into it.
I knew people that their entire weekends would revolve around what time a football game would come on. Nope.
Oh, I have a name down here too.
The only time I care about when football's playing is when LSU's playing, and I'm getting paid, anywhere between $45 and $65 an hour to run escorts. That's the only thing I care, and I don't even watch the game. I don't care.
Nope, he hangs out in the parking lot and eats steak.
Yeah, I mean, sports does not. No, I don't care. It's not that important. If all sports went away, would this world be any worse or any better? Neither. It would still be exactly the same.
No, because we create other ways. Like, for instance, don't watch the NFL. NFL's a bunch of crybaby millionaire bitches to talk about how they're oppressed. Okay, pay me $1 million or $50 million or $500 million a year. I promise you, I'm not fucking oppressed at all. Go watch the lingerie football league. That is the most entertaining football game on the planet.
Female beach volleyball.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I
they're
like
they're
female.
wearing nothing but lingerie and playing football.
That's just
and they
like
hit hard.
That's just strippers playing with balls. But anyway, if like I said, I don't care if they do or not. Just Colin Kaepernick's a piece of shit, and they want to let him play. They'll end up probably losing more people watching their crappy crap anyway. So,
Well, I don't know. I think truly, I think there's a reason why they're all standing up now, and they like don't show that on TV because they had to take a big hit. There's a lot more people like me and you than there is that pay a lot of money to the NFL.
yeah, but as long as you got people willing to give them their fucking money to. I mean, I understand some of these guys have awesome talent for that sport. I will not say anything different than that. They have guys that just have natural talent for it. Kaepernick wasn't one anyway, but I mean, they have great talent. But should you be paid millions of dollars because you can run fast and dodge
I think
people
it's a
trying to
way
tackle
of-
you? No, I mean, I don't think that's $1 million job.
So hear me out. I think it's modern day slavery. A lot of rich white guys owning a bunch of African Americans,
Now you
making them
sound like
run and beat
Kaepernick.
each other up.
Well, now you sound like Kaepernick when he did that documentary calling the NFL draft, the NFL Columbine like slavery. But he was out there trying out again after he just called it a slave trade. This dude is a hypocrite. A hypocrite. All right, let's move on from this hypocrite. We're gonna go
So I
talk
have two
about
names.
We're gonna go talk about another hypocrite. No, you don't have two names.
Yes, I do. It's right here
Let me see.
and right here.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Does it matter?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Here you go. Watch this shit.
You're gonna make me disappear, aren't you, fuckhead?
No, you only got one name. Don't make me bring your friend back.
The rat?
No, your friend.
I don't.
That's what he thinks about your two names. We're going to talk about something else you shouldn't. You should be not spending your money on, and that would be Disney.
This is fucking priceless.
And we all know, we talked about it before. You know, Disney. You know, hollering, screaming over to Florida. Supposedly, don't say gay bill, which it says nowhere that you can't say gay in there. It's bullshit. But they wanted to do this, and they basically, Florida's like, oh yeah, okay, well, we're taking all your little special privileges away from you too, which is good for them. So let's go over to Disney. Disney's executive, what's his name? Jeff. That's a weird name to say how you say it. Jeff Morrell, who helped craft the response to the "Don't Say Gay" law, leaves
Which
the
don't
company.
say gay at all.
Leaves the company after only 3 months.
And in the last 3 months, he's pretty much destroyed the fucking company in Florida.
Morrell, the chief corporate affairs officer who helped architect Disney's public response to Florida's so-called "Don't Say Gay" bill legislation, has decided to leave the company since I heard Disney lost a shit ton of money. After 3 months in this new role, it has become clear to me that for a number of reasons, it is not the right fit for me. I was ass raped by Pluto in. Oh my God, oh my God, he was raped by a dog. I didn't say that. He said in a letter to his team that CNBC has obtained after talking this over with Disney. I have decided to leave the company to pursue other opportunities. Basically, they said, look, motherfucker, you better leave quick. You just fucked all this shit up before we fire you. Leave with some dignity. Some Christine, whatever her name is, who Disney hired earlier this month, will lead Disney's communication efforts and report directly to the CEO, Shaq, or whatever his name is.
Shaquille O'Neal? What?
No, it's not that one. We'll have oversight for corporate and segment communications and continue to be our chief spokesman, he said in a note Disney staff obtained. Morrell's 3-month tenure has been rocky. He took the job after years as the chief spokesman for an oil and energy giant. Which is funny is because he was a spokesman for oil and energy that's destroying the planet. To go over there to holler, no, I'm so woke now. He's an idiot too.
So is this guy between us.
That's your friend.
Probably
According to
wants to hang
people
out
who
with me,
worked
have a
with
drink.
him, Morrell set out to be more transparent with Disney's communication than his predecessor, who was known to closely guard Disney's image. After starting his job January 24th, Morrell guided Disney and Chapek to publicly explain why it hadn't taken a public stand on Florida's controversial Don't Say Gay legislation, which barred some elementary school instructors from trying to sexually molest your children and groom them. Explaining why Disney hadn't publicly made a statement condemning Lex Corbin, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this motherfucker, he left. He probably, to keep from getting fired, and he's just an idiot. And bye-bye to him. They probably got some other crazy-ass woke person up in that job. I mean, I watched several interviews. They had that woman. That woman was like, she's laughing. I'm trying to put all the gay stuff I can and transgender stuff I can in the cartoons that they'll allow me to. Hopefully enough people wake the hell up, cancel their Disney Plus crap, stop going to their movies, stop going to the gayest place on earth. For Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse can inappropriately touch your young children.
I always wondered that. Like, who's in that costume?
Pedophiles.
Because I've had my ass squeezed by Minnie Mouse once.
Yeah, it was probably a dude in there.
Probably.
It was probably some dude. It was probably a girl. But
I was only like 16 at the time.
Well, it was probably a dude. Probably some dude saying, I want to get some of that 16-year-old butt. Come here, boy.
Probably.
I got
Oh, boy.
I got suckers in my van. Come over here. See this white van right here? I got puppies. You want to pet a puppy? So anyway, fuck Disney too. Oh, this next story is all you. It's all you.
You can't deny it.
It's all
the beautiful thing is, like, NASA is not the old school NASA anymore. You know who's in charge of all that now, right?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick.
Elon Musk.
He's got SpaceX.
SpaceX is in charge of fucking NASA now. NASA no longer launches shit to space. SpaceX is the only one that does that in the United States.
All right. Put a picture of it up there for you.
New photos of Martian space wreckage. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter captured photos of an eerie debris field on Mars. This month, Ingenuity, NASA's small robotic helicopter, captured images of a mysterious wreckage. The new photos taken from overhead reveal an eerie scene, crashed space debris, amidst the desolated Mars landscape. Some speculated the wreckage was from an alien spaceship. Well, we'll let y'all be the judge.
I put a picture up. That's what I found anyway.
It was on the story. NASA clarified this debris is actually from a NASA landing device. More specifically, the parts that were used to safeguard the the rover during its landing on Mars on February 21. This illustration depicts Mars helicopter Ingenuity duress during a test flight on Mars. Jesus. Ingenuity was taken to the red planet strapped to the belly of a Perseverance rover seen in the background. It's one of those big-ass rovers. Now, if you look at the photo, and I still don't see it on the thing, if you look at the photo, that looks nothing like any of that shit they're trying to say. I mean, I
don't know what you're watching on. I just checked the feed, and it's showing up on there. It must be your phone.
It just now popped up.
Your phone sucks.
It's not on my phone. I'm watching the fucking computer. Anyway, yeah, they're trying to pass it off like it's space debris and part of the capsule.
So what do y'all think? Well, what do you think, JoJo?
Yeah, what do you think, JoJo?
You're the only person here with us tonight. We appreciate it.
That's not the only other. That's not the only photo. That's an extreme close-up of it. The drawback one, that's a really large device, is you could see like another structure in the background and everything like that. It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, look, you would be naive as shit to think that we're the lucky ones.
But
Out
don't
of
you
billions,
think? But
billions of
my thing is, I'm not
galaxies
saying there's not other life out there. I'm just saying if these aliens, whatever it is, has enough technology to make the shit that they have, do you don't think they know we're here and they know we're a lot dumber than they are? You know,
they've seen our movies. They know what we do to fucking aliens.
They saw who they elected for president, and do you don't think they had the technology that they would have went and removed that shit and not just left it there for us to find? Come on now.
Well, maybe they didn't know. Maybe the son of a bitch just went missing, like one of our aircraft carriers, or not an aircraft carrier, Jesus, like one of our jets. You know, they're flying and then suddenly they're not, and they're inside of the ocean. Where do you go look? You know?
I'm just saying, I think they would have enough technology. They would have went and picked their shit up.
But yeah, I've always said for years, all of the galaxies that exist is, you know, never ending. For us to assume that we're the special ones. God just loved us. There's no other planets with life anywhere on the planet or in the galaxies. That's just stupid. Now, have they been here or not? I don't know. I know they've been to Mars, though.
There you go. I don't know what y'all think. We'll see. Let's get back.
Well, if they've ever heard the stories between me and Robert on that podcast, they'd be like, yep, nope, we knew where it was going. Grandma's next.
Grandma.
U.S.
Oh,
challenges
this is
Alabama.
Alabama thing. Yeah, this is at Rudders.
Thank you, Judge.
U.S. challenges Alabama law on transgender youth, which is ridiculous. So, because I think the government ought to stay out of state politics. None of their fucking business.
Well, isn't that part of the Constitution?
I believe it is. The U.S. Justice Department said it filed a complaint on Friday challenging a law in Alabama that criminalizes some gender-affirming treatments for transgender youth. Earlier this month, Alabama's Republican governor signed into law the bill, which makes it a felony punishable with up to 10 years imprisonment for providing voluntary medical treatments, including hormone therapy, puberty blockers, and surgery to help align physical characteristics to the gender identity of a minor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with him.
You can't go buy cigarettes,
alcohol,
get a tattoo, or anything like that until you're over a certain age. Why the fuck would you be allowed to change your gender?
Yeah, but you're old enough to decide if you want
to chop your nuts off.
Yeah, it makes no sense. If that's the case, if a child has enough sense to make that type of decision, fuck, let them buy alcohol, let them smoke, let them buy guns. Fuck, I mean, shit. Let them date who they want to date and all that stuff. I mean, if this kid is 12 years old and decides they want to go date a 60-year-old man, I mean, they should be able to, right? Because it's their decision. But no, you're going to go, that 60-year-old pervert would be in prison or dead, which he needed to be, but because it's illegal, and what does the law say? That child at 10 or 12 or something don't have the mental capacity to make a decision like that. But
I don't know about in Alabama. I think you're allowed to sleep with your cousin if they're 12 and over.
But they're allowed to make a life-altering decision like that. That's like really loud. Let's see. Where are we at?
It's my mermaid straw.
The Justice Department complaint alleges that the new law's felony ban on providing certain medically necessary care to transgender minors violated the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment. The department asked the court to issue an immediate order to prevent the law from going into effect. Civil rights groups, including the ACLU, had also vowed to challenge the law in court when it was signed. Transgendered youth are a part of Alabama, and they deserve the same privacy, access, and treatment and data-driven health care from trained medical professionals as any other Alabamian, this legal director said. The ACLU of Alabama said in an early April release. The Alabama law is among several measures targeting transgender youth that are advancing in Republican-led states ahead of the November midterm congressional elections. I believe very strongly that if the good Lord made you a boy, you're a boy. If he made you a girl, you're a girl. Well,
they're in the Bible Belt.
It's kind of the truth. I mean, you were born a boy or you're born a girl. Like I said, personally, if you want to dress up and act like a girl, that's fine. Do it. Don't really care. I don't
Go
think.
to Amazon and try to buy a cisgendered T-shirt. No, it's male or female.
But if you're a juvenile, if you're not considered an adult, you shouldn't be able to start blocking nothing or chopping nothing off until you're considered an adult. And parents that allow their children to do this should be charged with cruelty to juveniles. Anyway, they want to protect the children. That's all this is about. Protecting the children. Of course, for some reason, I have no reason why. I don't know why. The Democrats want to think this is okay. The fuck is wrong with these people?
We've known that for years. Basically, the minute they closed down all the nut wards, they went ahead and let all these people out on the street and started just letting
they ran for office and got elected, obviously.
Yeah, they let the tail wag the dog.
So I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand how. I mean, as an adult with hopefully a half functioning mind, would think that this was okay to do this to children. Like I said, when I was growing up as a kid, I thought I was Spider-Man for some point. You know, I mean, my grandson, he
might be Spider-Man.
I've seen kids, run around with. I mean, they think they're pirates and shit. I mean, come on,
Let's be honest. Anybody that drives a motor with a tire that worn has to be a superhero. Because that was insane. Still need a BMW.
No, I don't. But like I said, I just. And to me, if a child that's 5, 6 years old, 7 years old says, "Oh, I'm a girl," but even though I was born a boy, I don't feel right. I feel like they got one of them parents that likes attention that is pushing their children for this.
Yes,
a child that age is thinking about what they don't want to eat supper. They want to eat chicken nuggets, pizza, and candy, and play whatever new toy they have.
That's what my kids eat.
They're not thinking about, oh, I feel like I'm a girl. Well, he likes to play with Barbies. Well, so what? It's a toy.
Right.
It's a toy. Maybe he's like touching Barbie's tits or something. I don't know. It's a boy.
I did. I always kidnapped Barbie so that like my G.I. Joe had a girlfriend.
I mean, I'm just saying that just because your kid wants to play with a girl toy don't mean that they feel like a girl. But you got these dumbass.
Well, it's taught. Think about it. You know as well as I do. If you take let's say two 5-year-olds, 1 or 3, 4, one Asian, one black, one white, one Hispanic, and you put these 4 babies into a play area together, what are they going to do? They're going to play. Okay? Things like racism are taught. Things like sexuality are taught. These babies need to be babies. They need to go out, enjoy playing with their toys without their parents going either A, no, that's gay, or I think you would be a good girl. No, that's child abuse. When I grew up, if my parents tried to do that shit to me, they'd be in a prison. Okay? Now all of a sudden, let's sexualize our fucking toddlers. Oh my God. Sorry.
Upside down world.
Yeah. I swear to God, we all went to bed one day, and see, this is the conspiracy theory side of me. We all went to bed one day, and we woke up, and the world was opposite day. Like, we're living in that fucking movie Caddyshack.
The Matrix.
We wake up every single day, and it's another crazy shit.
The Matrix is glitching.
Yeah, it is. Somebody needs to shut it off and reset it.
Need a reboot.
Yep.
What's this next one we got here? We don't have to read. It's 2 stories combined, but you can read some of it. It's both of them are long, but basically, I don't know if any of y'all have heard about the disinformation bill, this disinformation shit that they just signed into law.
Well, they kind of did that when DHS made it a domestic terror thing to talk bad about COVID.
Well, yeah, but now You know, we know what I think's funny about it is this happens. It happens now after Elon Musk just bought Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Don't you think that's funny? Because now because they're losing one of the major social media platforms to free speech, and they're gonna have to. The government's they're starting their own Gestapo.
Yeah,
part of it, so they can kind of control what we say.
What was it called? The antitrust bill or some shit that covers like CNN and shit, allows them to lie.
It's called the this new one they just signed into law. That's why people got to pay attention. It's called the Disinformation Governance Board.
Oh, I know that, but the other law that already existed that Trump was like, yeah, you need to remove that from Facebook because they're a publisher. Mm-hmm. They're not a free speech platform.
No. Who, CNN?
No, like Facebook and the old Twitter. So Republican senators blast creation of Disinformation Governance Board. April 29th, Republican politicians this week spoke out against the Disinformation Governance Board being created by the Biden administration. I at first thought this announcement was satire. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley wrote in an open letter to the Secretary of Homeland Defense. Alejandro Mayorkas said at a House hearing on Wednesday that the purpose of the board is to counter both misinformation and disinformation regarding elections and homeland security. I hope they don't want to go to war with Elon because, I mean, I'm pretty sure the guy could afford to buy America at this point. We are addressing all aspects of the election security given, of course, the midterm elections that are upon us. Oh, here we go. And the fundamental integrity of the democratic process that is at stake. Yeah, because the Democrats keep fucking winning, Mayorkas said. Author Nina, whatever the hell her name is, to serve as executive director of the new Disinformation Governance Board. Yeah, she does have one of them names that said she's going to be a Karen. A huge focus of our work, and indeed one of the key reasons of the board was established, is to maintain the department's commitment to protecting free speech, privacy, civil rights, and civil liberties. And she actually put that on Twitter on Wednesday. Yeah, no, that's bullshit. They're going to go off their narrative and say anything. They're going to say, you know, everything that's on Twitter now is fake. Yeah. Son of a bitch. But yeah, that's where I'm going to stop. These people are fucking crazy.
Who's crazy?
The Democrats. Keep getting closer and closer to me.
Who?
What a shit.
Well, what happened to Biden there?
Damn right, JoJo. Yeah, I didn't. Well, I was a little bit younger, but no, I sure as hell wasn't 5 or 6 years old. These people are sick.
What happened to your buddy right there?
He's creeping over my shoulder. I think he's trying to sniff my hair. Well, this next story is
Here comes our next pandemic, people.
Yep.
Pay attention to it.
We're predicting it, unfortunately.
This is our prediction. You know, like I said, bunch of two.
I'm still wondering how the fuck he got it, Vince. He's in prison. I'm hung up on it.
Fuck the chicken.
He fucked the chicken in prison.
Yeah.
Is he at Angola?
No, I don't know. Let's see where he's at. Let me get it on here. It is. Hold on. Here we go. Have to find it. This is in Colorado. From ABC News. An inmate tests positive for the bird flu in its first human case in the United States. Colorado inmate is the first person in the United States to test positive for bird flu, as an ongoing outbreak in the country continues to affect birds and poultry. The Center for Disease Control, because they're so trustworthy nowadays, and Prevention and the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment said the man, who is under 40 years of age, was involved in culling poultry that were presumed to be infected with the virus. So he was tasked with killing chickens that had the virus, and he's been in prison. According to a press release from Colorado Department of Public Health and Education, the man, an inmate at a state correctional facility in Delta County, about 100 miles southwest of Aspen, was exposed while working with infected poultry at a commercial farm in Montrose County, about 50 miles away. The farm work is part of a pre-release employment program in which inmates have sex with chickens until they die. No, don't say that either. Private companies can pay a wage. The health officials detected the virus in a single nasal specimen from the man, and the result was confirmed by the CDC on April 27th. The man was asymptomatic and only reported fatigue for a few days, according to his sperm count came back up, and has since recovered, but is currently isolating and receiving an antiviral drug, Tamiflu. Ain't that over the counter?
Theraflu? Oh, here it is.
Tamiflu? Yeah, I think so.
Well, over there, you could get weed over the counter. Everything else needs a script.
Yeah, I need some aspirin. You got a prescription for that? No. Give me a bag of weed. Okay, here you go. Repeat testing of the man for flu was negative. We aren't certain if this individual was truly infected or not, and we might actually never know with certainty. They said he could have just breathed in some chicken shit or something. Who knows? We don't know if this person was infected, meaning the virus was present and replicating in his body, or if some level of surface contamination of this person's nose may have occurred. He
was snorting chicken shit.
A virus can present in your nose. It can be detected on a test, but it doesn't mean it necessarily causes infection. They insisted that there's little risk to the general public, and there is no evidence the virus spreads from person to person. We know that this is really primarily an animal health issue. There are lots of viruses that are transmitted within species, but not between species. Everything we know about the virus right now suggests that it's really just being transmitted between birds. The inmate was advised to wear a condom next time and to be safer. They don't say that, but it sounded good. Anyway, it just goes on and on and on. Dr. Fauci, no, he hasn't said anything yet.
I think he's on this next one.
So, but anyway, they don't even know if this dude was infected. Is it Rourke released?
He had it. They tested positive.
No. They said they don't know if he was infected. They said he could have breathed up some of it. It was just sitting in his nose. So, just watch what happens if they don't try to. They're looking for something. The CDC, the government, they want some kind of pandemic so they can take control of us once again. So just watch it.
Yeah. Transitioning into this next one, which is going to cost them a lot of votes, buddy. Let me tell you, cost them. Because I'm going to tell you, like, they're attacking. I don't. Let me get into it. FDA announces ban on menthol cigarettes and flavored cigarettes. The FDA announced it will begin rolling out a ban on menthol flavored cigarettes and flavored cigarettes. I don't know what the fuck a flavored cigarette is.
They're talking about cigars and shit. The Swisher Sweets, the grapes.
Oh, there we go. That's even better.
No, they're going after them too. You'll see. Yeah.
So basically, I know a lot of African American individuals that smoke. If they smoke cigarettes, it's menthol and the Swisher Sweets. You know what I mean? And the left wants to delete these?
Yep.
How stupid, right before an election?
Yep. Well, the Democrats,
Fucking morons.
What did he say?
Health experts say the move could help save thousands of lives, particularly among black people and young people. Wow. Yeah, if I woke up tomorrow and I couldn't buy another pack of cigarettes, get out of my way. Like, I'm going to go redneck rampage. CBS News correspondent Omar Villefranche
La France
reports. And then Matthew Myers, president of the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, joined CBS News' Errol Burnett to discuss.
Why can't people have regular names, easy names like Smith?
It's like the end of the fucking story. But anyway, no, I'm surprised you didn't have a video on that one.
Hold on, I didn't pull. I was running out of time. I was busy. We can listen to some audio. Let me get it up.
Get it up. That's what
Get it up. Here we go. Hold on. Make sure ain't no commercials. Here we go. Stand by, folks. Here we go. Here's the audio from the news story.
Announced a plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars here in the U.S. As Omar Villafranca reports, health experts say this could potentially help save the lives of hundreds of thousands of Americans over the next few decades.
The Food and Drug Administration says the proposed menthol ban could prevent more people from getting addicted and could save as many as 654,000 lives over the next 40 years.
There's data that has shown that smoking cessation leads to improved survival from lung cancer.
Dr. Raja Flores with Mount Sinai School of Medicine says he supports the ban because many of the patients, particularly people of color, are addicted to these cigarettes.
It's a big source of profit. It's the same population that does worse with lung cancer, that gets less access to treatment, and their survival is much worse. So to me, it's a no-brainer.
The FDA says menthol's cooling effect make it easier to start smoking and harder to quit. Menthols make up 37% of the cigarette market. They are the choice of 85% of black smokers compared to just 24.6% of whites. And more than half of young smokers choose menthol. Menthol cigarette sales made more than $30 billion.
When I actually want to go and I'm in a craving to find those cigarettes and I can't find them, I think that it'll give me a little bit of an extra push to not smoke anymore.
A spokesman for the maker of Newport cigarettes told CBS News, quote, "We do not believe the published science supports regulating menthol cigarettes differently from non-menthol cigarettes. Experts say it may be a year or two before this ban goes into effect." Errol?
They talked about this before, if you remember, like a year or so ago.
They went after vapes.
Well, they went after vapes, but they were also going after the menthol cigarettes and the flavored cigars and shit like that. So, according to them, they're trying to save black people's lives. Okay.
Well, you know who some of the biggest fucking lobbyists are.
Yes,
it's the tobacco industry. That's why they outlawed vaping.
But what are they gonna? They didn't outlaw it. They just made it more difficult. But
it is more difficult.
What they're gonna do is piss off a shit ton of black people that smoke menthol cigarettes, and it's well known. And not being racist, well known, white and black alike, and whatever. People like to use those Swisher Sweet flavored cigars. They cut them open, take them out, and they like to roll the weed up in them. Yep. So you don't piss them off. But what gets me is you want to ban. This is where I think government is so fucking stupid. You want to ban a certain type of cigarette, or like vaping or something like that. But in the meantime, weed is becoming more legalized, and if it's not like in our state, they've like really backed down on the severity of it. And basically, if you get caught with just a little bit, it's just a ticket. So, but we're going to ban cigarettes, but we're going to make it legal for you to get high. That sounds like some really good logic to me. Really good logic. Let's get rid of the cigarettes, but it's like, I don't know where they found that one fucking dude. Well, if I know I go to look for the cigarettes and I can't find my menthol cigarettes, it'll make it easier for me to quit. Oh, you think so? No,
I think you're going to be seeing a lot of like mass shootings and shit right after that happens.
Yeah, you'll find out. I know y'all see me vape. I make my own juice. You can't buy juice with this. It basically has zero nicotine in it. I got like 0.1 milligrams per 120 milliliter bottle.
But he does puff out some clouds. You ought to ride in the car with him.
But I was farting. I was covered it with the vape. But no, seriously, it's asinine. Think about it. Yeah, is cigarette smoking?
Well, I mean,
is cigarette smoking bad for you? Is cigarette smoking fair for you? Yeah. Can it cause cancer? Yeah. But you know what?
I also know people that have never smoked a day in their life that died of lung cancer.
How about well, if you eat too much McDonald's, you get fat? Yeah.
Yeah.
If if you stick a hamster up your butt and it gets stuck, is it going to hurt? Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's bad for you. So but they just want to pick. I mean, hell, they already have jacked the. Well, thank God I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but you still do. I mean,
they are fucking expensive.
How much is? I remember when I first.
How much is a carton now? $75 for.
$75 for what? 10 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah.
When I started smoking back, in
almost $8 a pack.
80s, it was I think I paid like 60 cents a pack for a pack of cigarettes.
Right. Even when I started, it was like $1.25.
It's like, so it's fucking ridiculous. They're just so stupid. Let people, if somebody wants to smoke and possibly get cancer and die, it's them. It's their choice to do it. Let them do it.
It's like I never understood this whole bullshit from the sheriff's offices and the police department where it's like, oh, you can't smoke now. Be like, why? Because cigarettes are more deadly than a bullet? Every time I walk up to a car, I could eat one of those. I've never understood that. If you want to put a clause in my insurance that says I die of cancer, I don't get my pension or something, what the fuck ever.
Well, it's stupid. No, we're going to ban menthol cigarettes, and I hate menthol cigarettes.
Yeah, if you're going to ban one, ban them all.
But if you're going to ban menthol cigarettes, but you want to make it legal for a 6-year-old to fucking take puberty blockers.
Yeah.
How does any of this shit make sense? You can tell a grown adult what they can and cannot put in their body, but you're going to let a little child decide what they can take off of their body? None of it makes sense.
Well, JoJo, see, that they most likely will because you can actually purchase tobacco seeds online. The problem is you really have to, like, even more than moonshine, you have to know what you're doing. Because if you were to ground up a tobacco plant, you can get a nicotine overdose on one cigarette.
Nicotine's added to tobacco. It's not naturally occurring.
No, there is some strands, just like marijuana, where it is naturally occurring.
But anyway, it's fucking stupid. We're going to get into this last story here.
Last story? There's two more, boss.
Do we?
You got the disinformation head.
No, I was just with the other one. I just put them there. They just went back to back. It was all the same story.
I thought, when I seen her face, I thought she was that the Olympic swimmer chick guy thing. Oh. Because she straight up looks like a tranny.
This next one I thought was pretty damn funny.
Ice-T is a fucking Republican.
Anyway, everybody knows that Elon Musk is buying Twitter, right? Oh my God.
JoJo, you need to mail me.
Are you serious? $50 for a pack of 25 cigarettes.
Oh, one pack? No. Is that like Australia's money compared to ours?
That's what I wanted to ask JoJo. I forgot to ask.
We use.
Do y'all use U.S. dollars, or do y'all use euros, or what money do y'all use over there? $50 for what?
One U.S. dollar is $1.42 there. So if I say $50 over there, damn, one pack is $35 U.S. Wow. I'm bringing my own if I ever come.
Anyway, Elon Musk is buying Twitter. It says, and after, this is off CBS News, after Elon Musk bought Twitter, some stars, I'll use that loosely, some stars said they would leave the platform and others vowed to come back. Elon Musk's efforts to buy Twitter for $44 million, they wrote this wrong, it's $44 billion, yes, yielded fruit this week, and the Tesla head revealed plans to turn the company into a haven for free speech. Wow, that's just so bad. Free speech is just such a bad thing, isn't it? According to the left, it is. The accusation from the richest man in the world has been polarizing with some high-profile figures. Some of these people, they say high-profile. I don't know who the fuck they were. I even looked at pictures, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Some stars vowed to leave the platform, believing Musk will lessen the current community guidelines, which are bullshit. They need to lessen them, allowing hateful comments on their feeds. It's only hateful if you're on one side, not the other, according to them. Some people who violated the community guidelines in the past hope for a new opportunity on the app, but some are staying for a different reason.
Why?
Let's see where I'm at.
But he said he said it wasn't going to be like Republican. He said it was going to be like extreme left and extreme right are going to be filtered.
Just free speech. High-profile users who are vowing to leave. Let's see who wants to leave. Actress and activist Jamil Jamal. I have no fucking clue who this person is. Who has 1 million followers on Twitter, posted shortly after Musk's acquisition of the company this week, saying it would be her last tweet. He got Twitter. I would like this to be my what lies here is my last tweet. Just really any excuse to show pics of Barlett, that's her dog, she wrote, starring photos of herself and her dog. I fear this free speech bit is going to help this hell platform reach its final form of total lawlessness, hate, bigotry, and misogyny. Best of luck. And there's a picture of her. I've never seen or heard from this woman in my entire life. It looks like she's still wearing eyeshadows from the fucking 80s, though. Then they have an activist, Sean King, left Twitter when Musk acquired the company, but hours later he came back. He left and came back. His bio now reads, "I'm still here, motherfuckers." Okay, but you left. You're just since rejoining the platform, he has used it to campaign against Musk, sharing past reports of racism and toxic work environment at Tesla, one of Musk's companies. Well, you know what? Stop buying the most sought after fucking electric car there is. Why don't you, Mr.?
Yeah, it was hilarious. Everybody's having a meltdown is driving a fucking Tesla.
Yeah. So, Mr. Sean King, why don't you ride your bicycle, motherfucker? He also reshared Musk's tweet in which Musk explains what he means by his free speech plans for Twitter. I simply mean that which matches the law. I am against censorship that goes far beyond the law. If people want less free speech, they will ask government to pass laws to that effect. Therefore, going beyond the law is contrary to the will of the people, Musk wrote. Basically, he's saying, you can't get on there and threaten to kill people or nothing like that. But, if we're on Twitter, and I guess we're talking shit about the ouchie Fauci and all that stuff like that, we won't get kicked off, because right now if you say shit, they will zap the fuck out of you. King replied, "This is exactly what we expected. He intends to allow hate speech and white supremacy." See, here we go. This is what this side, the Democrat side, is good for. Every time they don't have something they don't like, they holler racism and white supremacy, which are legal in the United States on the platform. He intends to allow misinformation and disinformation, which are legal on the platform. So the government decides to make their whole other Gestapo board over here, trying to stifle our free speech. Y'all watch. I'm telling you, these Democrats, they trying to turn us into a communist country.
They can try. And never comply, people. Never comply.
No, don't ever comply. Because look what happened to all these communist countries. They're doing so well, huh?
After that, get this. I found another story that has to do with this.
Well, I won't read all of it. Some guy named Eric Larson, the guy who worked on the comic book writer who worked on the Amazing Spider-Man in the 90s, vowed earlier on after Musk bought it to delete his Twitter of the billionaire if he succeeded, and says he has left the platform. Has anybody really missed him? Does anybody care?
No.
Like if me and you left Facebook, how many people? I mean, might have a few little people that might care, but really.
Yeah, but they can always find us. We're not going to stop.
We're just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, we're just going to be rehomed. And don't get me wrong, we might be considered extreme to Elon.
Yeah.
So
now this surprises me. This next one, wrestler Mick Foley has left the platform. Has not left yet, but on Monday said he is considering it. I'll be giving some serious thoughts to leaving Twitter.
The fat guy used to carry the stuffed animal?
Yeah, the guy with the sock on his hand, the retired wrestler, him, yeah. I guess he's a big liberal and didn't realize that. Some activist and author, Amy Siskind, had a similar reaction. I'm sitting with my thoughts and watching and haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. They're not going to leave if they're to the left. Kind of same thing like when all these people said that, like Whoopi Yuckberg and all them said they were going to move out of the country if Trump won. Well, bitch is still here. She's still here. I don't view him as a mentally stable person, she wrote in another tweet. Well, if he's not mentally stable, he's mentally rich, okay? So stars that are returning to Twitter with some rapper Azalea Banks, who had been banned from Twitter, and took to her Instagram and announced that she would be returning.
Yeah, and I think one of the Kardashians.
Let's see, Banks. Ice Cube, who claimed he had been shadow banned, partial suspension during which an account exists but is not visible in search feeds, rejoiced at the news.
Yeah, I told you, he's a Republican.
Yes, yeah. His tweet said, it says, "Free at last. Take off my shadow ban, homie." Comedian Jessica Kirson joked about the news. "I'm staying on Twitter, an antidepressant," she wrote in one tweet. Starstruck George Tiaki tweeted he was staying put on the site. "I'm not going nowhere. This should become a place. This place become more toxic. I pledge to strive even harder to lift up my reason." Fox News host Tucker Carlson was recently suspended for violating Twitter's community guidelines. He rejoiced the social media platform on Monday, writing, "We're back." U.S. Army veteran David Weissman, who had nearly 340,000 followers, wrote several tweets criticizing Musk and his acquisition. "I still think Elon Musk owning Twitter is a bad idea. He will amplify racist bigots and misinformation. He is a bad faith actor, which his distorted views of free speech and censorship." Now, if y'all remember, though, when before, a year or so ago or 2 years ago, the left was, sucking Elon's dick.
Yep.
With the
Well, it's the
Tesla
same
and
thing.
all that
Tell me if
stuff.
I'm wrong. Exact same thing happened with Donald J. Trump. The man was loved all over the world by black, white, Hispanic. It didn't matter. I mean, the man even dated a couple black women. I mean, they were beautiful. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, they did the same shit to him. They crucified him the minute he came down those stairs.
Yep.
When these people decide that they're tired of it and they fight back, and I'm glad they did. I thought the first strike back against all of these communist actions was going to be a violent one. The fact that it was actually a multi-billionaire taking his money that he earned, and don't get me wrong, his net worth is only $99 billion.
Only.
Listen, but he spent over half. No. Right at about half of his income on Twitter. So, I mean, that's huge.
The net worth. I was reading some of these comments. It was funny. It says, somebody says, "Yeah, it's kind of funny that all these people are hollering, oh, I'm leaving Twitter, but they're hollering about leaving Twitter on Twitter."
So, look, are you done with that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Jeff Bezos just took a shot at Elon Musk on Twitter. It did not go well. Amazon's founder pulled on a thread that Musk would open Twitter up to Chinese interference, only to have his arguments unravel. Jeff Bezos, the founder of former CEO of Amazon, and Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, and soon to be the owner of Twitter, don't strike me as best buds. The two men have competed over the past few years for the title of the world's richest man, a title Musk holds. They also sort of compete in space, with Bezos' Blue Origin competing against Musk's SpaceX. This actually covers the NASA thing, too. I say sort of because, like Musk's lead in the net worth, some $90 billion, as I write this, SpaceX is transforming the space industry with its reusable rockets, while Blue Origin is mostly seen as a vanity project that hasn't stopped the two from trading shots. For example, last year, the two companies fought over a $3 billion NASA contract. That's where I get Musk is in charge of NASA. Columnist Kara Swisher that you cannot with Musk telling New York Times columnist Kara Swisher that you cannot sue your way to the moon. Taking shots is pretty common among competitors. The thing is, it doesn't always work out the way you expected. Sometimes it goes well. Sometimes it doesn't go well at all, which can lead to pretty painful lessons. On Monday, after it was announced that Twitter had accepted Musk's offer to take the company private, Bezos retweeted a reporter from the New York Times asking whether Musk's transition as the owner of Twitter meant that China would be gaining more influence over what he called Town Square.
It's just bullshit.
No. It gets a lot better. So right after he did it, some Jason Calacanis immediately retweeted something directly back and says, "Say more, Jeff." And it responded with an Amazon suppliers linked to forced labor in China. Yeah, he got over 9,000 replies of people pretty much blasting Amazon and him. It did not go well. But yeah, with that being said,
Bezos just mad because he lost.
Yeah, he keeps losing. He don't understand that, he thought of the world's best idea. Let's create a shopping platform online. That's the only reason he's rich. Mm-hmm. It's not, the man is not a fucking rocket scientist.
No.
Elon Musk actually is.
So.
But on a side note, fun little thing about Pasco County, we get to join the ranks of such cities like Chicago because we're going to do away with our school buses. And to hell with the people that can't afford to drive your kids to school. Your education doesn't matter here in Pasco. I'm going to be covering that tomorrow on the Pasco County Update YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's it?
That's it.
Okay. All right, everybody. I appreciate it. Well, I say everybody. You, JoJo, and somebody else watching.
Well, I know Mel's behind me. I don't know. You watching? No.
No, somebody else. Anyway, I appreciate everybody that is watching, everybody that's listening on the audio. We really appreciate y'all. Like I said, share it with your friends. Share it with all your liberal friends.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Send them our way.
Love to get some hateful mail. That would be fantastic. But till next week, we're going to keep watching out and listening. Y'all pay attention to what's going on, people. I mean.
Yep. If you guys see anything, that pops out at you that you think everybody on the planet needs to be aware of, feel free to send it to the email right down. Should be here. But either way, send it to us and we'll look into it and fact check it.
It's in the links below also. So anyway, until next week, stay free, stay safe, and
love every one of you.
Don't comply. Bye-bye.